do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ. בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. השמיים ואת הארץ, בראשית ברא אלוהים. ערב בא, ערב בא.
I know you can't find it, Judi. There we go.
I really can't.
Again, the flock is moving to the outskirts of the city, and the dust rises from the paths, and far away a couple of bells sound. Again, the coming of the shadow of evening comes. Evening comes.
Erev ba, Erev ba.
Again, the wind whispers between the fences of the gardens. Already doves are resting, and far away on the shoulder of the hills the final rays still kiss. Evening comes, evening comes.
Erev ba, Erev ba.
Again the rose dreams, languorous dreams, and gradually up high the stars begin to twinkle, and afar in the dark valley the jackal accompanies the approaching night. Oh.
Night falls.
Oh, you want to say it? Night falls. Night falls.
Lairad, Lairad.
Well, hopefully the rest of the service is going to go smoothly.
Yeah, sorry about
Is
that.
that all right, Judi? Can we do it smoothly? I think we can. We begin our service this evening on page 75. Would you please rise as we light our candles? We say together, Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. This evening is a special Shabbat because it is one that comes just before the first of Elul. That is the month which precedes the High Holy Days, and just as importantly as that, it also marks the Jewish New Year for animals. How many Jewish New Years are there? 4, indeed, Nelly. 4. We have Rosh Hashanah, as we know. We have Tu B'Shvat, our New Year for trees, that most of us would know. We also have one for kings and tithing, and we have the New Year for animals. And so we are celebrating Rosh Hashanah L'Bhema, which is a slightly more modern invention because it is a celebration of domesticated animals that, as we were starting earlier, we reckoned certainly were not mentioned anywhere in the Torah or Tanakh. The rabbis really didn't have too much of a clue about animals as pets, more as sort of guard dogs. So a rather modern invention, the idea of pets. I checked out with my mother earlier, and we reckon that growing up there weren't so many animals on Hallowell Road. Now pretty much every household has an animal in it. Some may say many. We are going to celebrate tonight the wide array of animals.
So, Selective Collectives by Rabbi Charles Middlebrook. A nose of anteaters.
An aggression of baboons.
An acceleration of cheetahs.
A yawn of dormice.
A rumble of elephants.
A trouser of ferrets.
A typo of gnus.
A box of hares.
A clatter of ibex.
A hovering of jackals.
A hilarity of kookaburras. Ha!
A plunge of lemmings.
A whine of mosquitoes.
A coven of newts.
A liquescence of nightingales.
I'm really glad that you got that word. A piping of oyster catchers.
A trawl of pelicans.
An iridescence of quetzals.
A sleigh of reindeer.
An enchantment of sea otters.
A dawdle of tortoises.
A slither of vipers.
A knock of woodpeckers.
A dissection of xenopus.
A conversation of yaks.
And of course, a crossing of zebras. And so, as we hopefully have in our minds the animals, the beasts of this planet that you love most, a blessing on the wonders of nature. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, osei ma'asei v'reishit. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for the marvels of your creation.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom, Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedechem l'shalom, Tzedechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And as we move from heavenly angels back down to earth, we do so transisting through the love that we share between heaven and earth on page 78. Tid nefesh apan rachaman meshoch avtecha el retzonecha yarutz avtecha kamo hayam משתחווה אל מול הדרך, ירב לו ידידותיך, מנוף עצוב וכל טעם, יגאלנה ופרוס אביבי עלי את סוכת שלומה. תהי ארץ מכבודך, נגילה ונשמחה בך, מהר רחוק כי בא המועד, וכוננו כי מעולם. Would you please rise and turn to page 92? Page 92.
Into the cat song. I don't know if you knew they could sing, and most of these poems, if not quite all, are by Jewish writers, some from our congregation, but this is by Marge Piercy, and it's called The Cat's Song. Mine, says the cat, putting out his paw of darkness. My lover, my friend, my slave, my toy, says the cat, making on your chest his gesture of drawing milk from his mother's forgotten breasts. Let us walk in the woods, says the cat. I'll teach you to read the tabloid of sense, to fade into shadow, wait like a trap, to hunt. Now I lay this plump, warm mouse on your mat. You feed me, I try to feed you. We're friends, says the cat, although I am more equal than you. Can you leap 20 times the height of your body? Can you run up and down trees? Jump between roofs? Let us rub our bodies together and talk of touch. My emotions are pure as salt crystals and as hard. My lusts glow like my eyes. I sing to you in the mornings, walking round and round your bed and into your face. Come, I will teach you to dance as naturally as falling asleep and waking and stretching long, long. I speak greed with my paws and fear with my whiskers. Envy lashes my tail. Love speaks me entire, a word of fur. I will teach you to be as still as an egg and to slip like the ghost of wind through the grass.
Already on our WhatsApp groups, pictures of animals are flying around, and we know that just as many cat lovers, there are dog lovers too. This by Alicia Ostreicher, The Dogs at Live Oak Beach, Santa Cruz. As if there could be a world of absolute innocence in which we forget ourselves. The owners throw sticks and half-board tennis balls towards the surf, and the happy dogs leap after them as if catapulted. Black dogs, tan dogs, tubes of glorious muscle, pursuing pleasure more than obedience. They race, skid to a halt in the wet sand. Sometimes they plunge straight into the foaming breakers, like diving birds, letting the green turbulence toss them until they snap and sink, teeth into floating wood, then bound back to their owners, shining wet, with passionate speed for nothing, for absolutely nothing but joy. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. In the middle of page 93.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavata, Amcha ahavata. Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Akein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbenu, Umeinu nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki hem hayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha al tasu, Mimeinu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael.
Would you please rise? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ma Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Machuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Va'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol ma'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'sharecha
למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please be seated. As we come to the section of the service which concerns redemption, we recall that plant life, human life, animal kind were saved not just on one occasion, but at least on two. We, of course, think of Noah's Ark and just wonder at the creatures which may have gone onto the ark. I've always wondered what on earth a wasp was doing on it. Why didn't God take the opportunity to just get rid of them as not the greatest of creations? And then other things seem to have wriggled and crawled their way onto the ark, and then can you just imagine it? We have our own particular redemption from Egypt. We, running away, we hear the pound of horses, not just domestic horses, but war horses, pounding behind and just hidden by God in a cloud. And a miracle, the seas parting. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you were a sheep or a goat or a cow and you're walking on the dry land through the sea of reeds and suddenly you turned left or right and found yourself in water? Or if you were a fish or a dolphin and they were swimming along and suddenly find themselves in thin air, just as a wonderful modern midrash goes, which is nowhere if you're a fish or a dolphin. How on earth could a cockroach travel along with the Israelites? I thought not just of those animals which fill our homes, which we have as pets, but those as well, which call our homes home.
So, Cockroaches by Jane Mitchelson, sorry, I knew I'd get it wrong. Do you remember the cockroaches, dear? How they crept out at night from their dark places, shiny shell bodies gleaming. How they slipped out of cracks in the pasture, clicked across the kitchen floor, skidded across the empty bath. How they nestled quietly behind your paintings on the walls, lurked beneath canvas, true art lovers all. Remember chasing the pests with spray and boot, how strong their carapace, how fleet their speed, scuttling away into crevices as we hunted them down at midnight. Then they were gone, vanished, had decided to move house, as you do when troubled by bad neighbours. The word had got around. Cockroaches enjoy company, but not that of heavy bipeds lightly armed with murderous intent. So our cockroaches threw it open to their collective intelligence, figured there were more restful abodes within an easy scuttle. I would say we missed them, but that would be a lie. They were pests to be crunched underfoot. And yet, I have never perceived the world as they do, in a mosaic of fragments, or as a firework glitter of scent. And I guess I never will.
Adonai et Yaakov uga'alo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim.
Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. God, our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
Please rise. Eternal God, open up our lips that our mouths may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanura, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imachot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Hosea u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, be'ezrat Sarah, atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Machayei Meitim atah Rab b'choshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hageshem, Mazriach hashemesh u'morid hatal, Machalkel chayim b'chesed, Machayei Meitim b'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, u'matir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך? מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים. קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated.
Shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
Top of page 100, we continue together. Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments. Make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness. Gladden us with your salvation. And purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts. And may all Israel, who hallow your name, be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. We continue. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amacha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atah hu melech adon l'chol hashalom. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amacha Yisrael ve'et kol ha'amim. B'chol eit u'v'chol sha'ah b'shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Osei Hashem. We pause for a few moments of our own thoughts.
במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם.
Before we move to our concluding prayers, and to place things in perhaps their appropriate place, considering that no one in their right mind would try to go after Melissa and put a message naming any more creatures in a household, acknowledging the importance of creatures, of animals, of pets in the home. A few thoughts before we get to Aleinu.
I've always had dogs, right back from when I was 10 and finally taught my mum into letting me have one. And then there were 4 dogs of our marriage, and Bieber is the first bitch actually. And I'm sure you'll all agree with me that it's really important to see each of them as the wonderful entity they are. Now I call Bieber my winged dog because for sure Steve was my winged man, and she is a great comfort to me. But to see how she feels about her pack, which was Steve and me and herself, being only 2, to see her sniffing at where his shoes or his clothes and looking for him still, I believe. But what I do without her, I wouldn't know. I just don't know. She's extraordinary. They are so perceptive. And although I am a dog person, I've had a cat as well. Jess needed an animal for herself. And her cat, her beautiful Siamese, only lived 8 years, sadly. I think it pined away when she went away to uni. That's animals for you. So I just wanted to say that despite those short lives compared to ours that they have, they mean so much. And for me, there must be a gap when your domestic animal sadly reaches that 14 or 15 years, or in some cases, there's a cat I know that's 25. But you have to give them a decent amount of time. You are in mourning then. So I don't know what I'd do without Bieber. And now I call all dogs she. She's the first bitch I've ever had, but I'm calling them all she. So
just a reading to conclude, and for all those who have mourned pets in the past as well, by James L. Dickey, The Heaven of Animals. Here they are, the soft eyes open. If they have lived in a wood, it is a wood. If they have lived on plains, it is a grass rolling under their feet forever. Having no souls, they have come, anyway, beyond their knowing. Their instincts wholly bloom and they rise. The soft eyes open. To match them, the landscape flowers, desperately outdoing what is required, the richest wood, the deepest field. For some of these, it could not be the place it is without blood. These hunt, as they have done, but with claws and teeth grown perfect. more deadly than they can believe. They stalk more silently and crouch on the limbs of trees, and their descent upon the bright backs of their prey may take years, in a sovereign floating of joy. And those that are hunted know this as their life, their reward, to walk under such trees in full knowledge of what is in glory above them, and to feel no fear, but acceptance, compliance, fulfilling themselves without pain. At the cycle centre, they tremble. They walk under the tree. They fall. They are torn. They rise. They walk again. Having considered our pets, our animals, let us now turn to those who we mourn of human life as well. Let us turn to our concluding prayers on page 520. Page 520. And please rise. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו.
אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש, הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
שכונות השמיים ויוסד הארץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, שכינתו זו בגבהי מרמים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו. ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Turn to page 524. Page 524. On this Shabbat, we recall the names of those who have died in years gone by at this time. Alan Hirsch, the father of Rachel Rickeisen. Marie Elizabeth Gilbert, the mother of Andrea Goldstein, and Jean Betty Goldstein, the mother of Howard. Gemma Karpus, the daughter of Daphne and Colin, sister of Michelle. Jack Lyons, the father of Ros, Ian and Sandy, grandfather of Liam, Sam, Aaron, Emily, Rachel and Ben. David Driffle, the father of Duffy Aarons, and grandfather of Debbie and Phil. Shirley Krasner, the mother of Sue. And Catherine Jane Davis Biagio, the daughter of Barbara Austin, sister of Lucy and Ruth. We're saddened by the death of our member this week of Janet Weingott, the mother of Francis and Jonathan. And Taryn is also thinking of her cousin Gary, who died recently in Australia. For all of those we love, we now join our voices together as we say, Yitgadal, Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Yerutei V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon V'yomechon V'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalau V'zman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavarach Le'olam U'lalmei Amaya, Yitbarach V'ishtabach V'itpa'ah V'tromam V'yitnaseh, V'tada V'talei V'talal Shmei D'Kudisha B'richu, Le'ela Minko Birchata V'shirata, Tushbachata V'nechemata, Da'amiran Ba'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rava Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Israel, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru. Amen. May great peace descend from heaven and abundant life be granted to us, to all Israel, to all peoples, and to all those who mourn. Let us say, Amen. Please be seated. In a few moments we conclude not in the prayer books, but with a song which celebrates all things which are created, including it, and I have to admit it's the one Jewish song I could, or at least Jewish authored song that I could work out and find, with some animals in it. Slightly contrived, I know, but never mind. Hopefully after some fantastic, beautiful readings and also some heaviness in our hearts as well, we'll finish this service lightly as we then move on to Kiddush. And if you're online, please do join our Kiddush Zoom room now and come and enjoy the chat and social comfort of being together. Tomorrow morning, we're delighted, second week running, to welcome Rabbi Dr. Charles Middleborough to speak. You heard one of his poems this evening. It opened this evening. And he writes wonderful poetry, is a great photographer of wildlife, and a true animal lover. So, and as you heard last week, one of the most fantastic providers of sermons within our movement as well. Then probably the surprise ticket of this weekend, and it's only because he's bailing me out, Dad is going to welcome people to the back of the shul with your animals. If you would like to come with your pets and animals to the synagogue to delight my father, he will then do Havdalah for you, allowing his son to race off down the motorway to Cornwall. Please do come, and it will be hybrid as well, I think, if we can work out the technology. So hopefully you'll all be able to enjoy the animals that come and celebrate all the pets, as well as doing it virtually on all the groups that people have been posting on. Come and bring your animals as well. And then on Sunday, as we will be able to see if you take the time to go next door afterwards, a really fantastic collection in our Eitz Chaim art gallery by Rowan Vuglar. He is my cousin, sort of, but truly it is a fantastic collection. So please do come on Sunday between 2 and 4:30 to meet Rowan, to talk about his art, and really to appreciate the beautiful colours and vibrancy of his work. Finally, just one thing to say, which we'll say at all of our services, for the High Holy Days, because we are here in the synagogue for Rosh Hashanah, please, members, do book your tickets as quickly as you can. The 11 o'clock service is really booking out very, very quickly. So the 9 o'clock service, again, is a families service. It will not have a full sermon, which might mean that you want to come to it. And hopefully there'll be lots of younger children around as well. The Erev service, I'm sure there'll be some spaces, so please do book into that now. Yom Kippur, we're back at Watersmeet, and please bring your family and friends and whoever you like to, as I'm sure we will find space for you. But to finish this evening, a song written by Jeff Klepper. This is very good, riffing off a midrash from the lines from Genesis, as you will hear. And if you want to do some actions, as I do with the nippers at Northwood on the Chop Shabbat, you're very welcome. When God made the world, God made it full of light, the sun to shine by day, the moon and stars by night. God made it full of life, lilies, oaks and trout, tigers and bears, sparrows, hawks and apes. God took clay from earth's four corners to give it the breath of life. God said, "This is very good. This is very good. Man, woman, and child." you're feeling slightly lighter at heart at this moment in time. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Please do come into our Zoom room now to join Christian, Paul and Jem and David and Carla and David and Rini and Pip and Nova and Ali. And please come and join them. Make sure that you have your pets with to show off as well. We're going to be making Kiddush in the sanctuary here this evening. So please do come to the front, I think, David, if you will. And we'll all gather to make Kiddush together. Aaron is going to work out, oh, fantastic. David has got his elephant. Brilliant stuff, David. I can always count on David Goldberg to be creative, that's for sure. And David has a right, it's not just because he's Irish, that he has a right yarn to tell you right now, and it's a true story as well. So please do join him in the Kiddush Zoom room. Incredible happening in Cork this week. David, if you want to bring to the front, and please come and gather at the front of the sanctuary as we make Kiddush together. There we go. Thank you to our wonderful singers this evening and to Leo and Aaron in the tech booth tonight. Fabulous for us to be able to have the two of you while Ruth and Richard take a little break. Fantastic. So hopefully please do come to the front, and if we've got, here's the, thank you Ed for being proactive. That's brilliant. There we go. You can come down. There we go. There we go. And whilst we're handling round all of the wine, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikra hekodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu b'chalta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, everybody.
L'chaim.
Fantastic. For some of us, a second or a third Shabbat today. Wasn't it, Amira? We had our Shabbat earlier on, and we were in Ukraine just before as well, for others of us, and now here as well. And Judi, if you want to take the cup of the chola, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom, everybody on a live stream. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. You can still, if you choose, come in to our Kiddush Zoom room and then come and enjoy the marvellous animals which now are appearing on screen. We may even get a snake. Well, could we get a snake, Ali? Shabbat Shalom.